All right, guys, this is going to be a quick little assembly video for my original Ebony and Ivory inspired kits. There's assembly diagrams are real easy to assemble. I'm just trying to get everything moved over. Who do we got here? We'll build, this looks like Ivory. This is also the resin kit version. That's another reason I'm shooting the assembly video is because now I also offer this in the resin. So you can see all the details. Pretty much the impact resin is ready to print right out of the bag. Let's see, we got our slide here. We've got our grip, our receiver, our muzzle brake. We have our little grip surround, our rear sight, the mag bottom, the trigger, the hammer, the front sight, the rear frame tang, the spring cover, little slide lock, little safety lever, and our orange tip. As far as hardware goes, this one's pretty simple. We have a spring, 16 millimeter set screw that takes a 1.5 millimeter Allen. I've just got some Allen drivers, but the little fold out sets, the metric sets, should have what you need. Got four M3 6 millimeter flat blade screws and a regular spring. So what we'll do, and it will also come with the grip decals. It'll come with two sets of them in case you screw them, screw one up while you're doing it. This one is enough to do one, and in the Ebony one, there's also a card in there with, and these are stickers. What we'll do is we'll cut around the edge of these and then peel them off, and they will go right here. So you paint your grip, take your sticker, put your sticker on, then you could clear coat over the whole thing. That way it seals that on there. Comes out perfect. So let's go ahead and just get to the assembly. Like I said, this is a quick and easy one. There's not much to it. First, we're going to take our trigger and our 16 millimeter set screw. Now the FDM filament prints and the resin prints, they assemble the exact same way. There's no difference on them. So what I'm going to do is on the right hand side, there's a hole right above where the trigger's at. What we want to do is, what I'm looking for is I'm turning two different directions here, and I want to start the set screw because they cut threads. Make sure that it's 90 degrees to the body in one direction. Give it like a little half twist, go the other direction. Just go back and forth until you know that it started straight. And then we're going to screw this in until we get to it sticking out on the inside where the trigger's at. Then we'll back it up just a hair. We want to drop our trigger in, pay attention where the hole's at. I'm going to kind of just put it in there and hold my finger against it to hold it there. I'm going to start screwing this in, and if you miss the hole, you'll feel it hit the side of the trigger and kind of stop. You don't want to keep going. You want to back up and go back in again once you've moved it around and got the hole lined up. But now we're just going to screw this all the way in. It'll go to the other side and make contact. So we just want to kind of keep some pressure on the screw as we're going. That way we know where we go in, and we'll go in a few more little turns. Don't go too much and blow out the side of your kit or anything. So that's all that there is to that. Now, if you notice down here on the bottom of the trigger, there's a spring pocket. And that's this dude right here. This is going to go on and get glued in just like that. And that gives us our spring-loaded trigger. So what I'm using is a CA glue with an activator. It's basically slow setting thick super glue. and gives you time to like put it on, work with it, and then spray it with an activator. And you can use regular thick super glue. Try to get a slow setting one. Gives you more time to work with it, and it's more forgiving if you screw up, which I very much all the time screw up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out real quick. I'm going to go through here and just put, I squeezed too much. Don't get too much in here and have it squeeze out and get on your trigger and screw your trigger up. That's the biggest thing that we want to watch here, or watch out for, I should say. So I'm going to take this dude now, and I'm going to pop it down in there and hold it. Spray a little activator. If you're using regular super glue, just hold it until the spraying doesn't push it back out. It should be good there. I'll wipe that off. And I haven't found any super glues with activator yet that affect your paint job, so you should be totally safe, you know, in that regard. Now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to glue the slide on. This gets glued in and slid all the way back. So what we want to do is I'm just going to go through here, and I'm going to put, I normally put glue on like the 45-degree edges. Let me scoot up here. I think I keep coming out of, I put glue on the 45-degree edges and across the mating surfaces of what I do. And all right, that should be good. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my slide. I'm just gonna take that and pull it forward, add pressure to it. You wanna give that, you know, a good amount of time to go ahead and start setting. There we go. All right. Excuse me. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our front muzzle brake and go ahead and get that glued on. And if you notice where it contacts, it'll contact down in there and right across the bottom here and stuff. I mean, you can put some on the face. I wouldn't, just because there's purposely a small gap in here to maintain the distance between the slide and the muzzle brake. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here like I did on the back part and put a little 45 bead of glue and just a little bit back in here, not a whole bunch. I'll go ahead and spray my receiver and gently put that up there and hold some pressure. Now I'm squeezing them together and pulling down at the same time just to make sure it all sets and gets it adhered good. Okay. All right. So we can go ahead and put our front sight on here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to glue this dude in here just like that. Get just a tad bit of glue here. Just a second. Okay. The monitor turned off and I had to make sure that I was still recording. Just be careful and make sure you get your glue on the inside edge. So that you don't smoosh it out everywhere on your paint job. You want to get that and you want to hold that straight. All right. Well, said hold it straight. I keep moving back away from the camera. I'm not sure why I keep doing that. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we're going to do now is we can go ahead and put our little safety on here, and this is going to go on just basically like that. Kind of want to keep the shape of this to the shape right back here. And on this, I'm just going to put some on this face. That'll be more than enough. Give that activator a second to get under there. Yeah, this impact resin is freaking awesome, man. It's a game changer. All right, so I'm just going to take a little dab here. Put right down there. Go ahead and hit the side of that. Go ahead and drop that in there just like that. Get my rag. Yeah, this stuff, you know, the activator will quickly air dry. I'm just wiping it off as I go so I can move along here. All right, so now our hammer, we're just going to glue our hammer in right there. I'm just going to do a little strip down there and a little strip down there. Little right there. All right, I'm going to drop that dude in. Give it just a second. All right, now we have our little tang here. There's an indentation on the top, not one on the bottom. We want the indentation to go up. I'm going to take this and just put it. Yeah. I think my glue is starting to dry shut on me. And then that just goes in there. Give it just a second and we're good. All right. So we'll go ahead and do our rear sight now too. And all these parts are separate. That way you can paint them, and when you put them together, it maintains the seam lines very nicely. Set that in there and make sure that it's square from left to right, side to side. Okay, so now on our grips, we just put them on from the bottom and slide them up. They have to go on from the bottom because of the way that this frame is indented right here. The indentation is inside there as well. We're just going to slide that. Let me find my flat blade screwdriver. And this is very simple. You just line up the holes. As most of y'all know, I hate flat blade screws. The bane of my existence. Trust me, y'all aren't missing anything here. Except me finding a steady foundation. There's nothing worse than after you've painted and you go to put your stuff together. That's why I'd like pre-assemble these, put these screws in, let them cut the threads, take it back apart and stuff before you go to paint. Just, you know, of course it makes the screws easier to go in. They're not a super tight fit, so you don't really have to worry about like screwing anything up. But me, I 9 times out of 10 will slide off the screw and kind of gunk on there. And we're going to go in just like this. And got one more. All right. Now all we have to do is just put our little faux mag bottom on there. So we're just going to go in here. I'm going to do a nice little And to answer some of y'all's questions that I've been asked a bunch lately, on the impact resin, it is stronger than the PLA and pretty much ABS wise, the ABS filament as well. One, because there's no print lines for anything to separate on. But the other part is they're pretty much ready to start painting. Like I said before, right out of the bag, there's no priming and sanding that's really needed unless there's little spots here or there that you want to touch up. As far as heat resistance goes, I've done up some kits in different test parts, left them directly laying out in the sun, left them in vehicles and stuff on purpose, and have not had any warping yet. So as far as temperature resistance and feasibility and stuff, as far as their strength, you know, I'm making all my working other kits that have moving slides, removable mags, and all that stuff out of the same stuff. It's very good, tough stuff. As far as these go, we'll go ahead and I'm not going to stick one on here because I do want to take this back apart and paint these. But basically all you got to do is go around the edge of these and just, my scissor skills are not the best. And these really aren't the best scissors for this either. They actually kind of have like a serrated edge on them, so. But like I said, that's why I give you 2 sets. So in case while you're cutting them out, you screw them up. I guess I could go ahead and stick one on here. I can peel it off. It's not like I can't cut another one out or anything, but it's one little white edge. Now a tip on these, well, shit, I don't have a black Sharpie, but normally what I would do, like on the ebony one, you could go all the way around the edge. So after you cut it out, you could take, I have a red Sharpie here. I'm not going to do it. Well, screw it. I'll do it anyways. You can go around like any of the areas that are black. Like I wouldn't go around where her hair's at and stuff, but you can go around the edge and it will blacken the side of the actual sticker paper. And let's see if I can get one of my jagged fingernails under there. There we go. Now, this is where y'all will probably have better luck. Haha, no, never mind. Screw it. I nailed that. So there you go. Once you've got them painted, you put the stickers on, smooth them out really good, make sure that they're in the indentions. Like this, I should have tested it before I cut it, like stuck it on, like once I cut it out, because the top I could go around the edge some more. But in this case, what you could do is use your fingernail or whatever. And I leave a little extra on these so that, you know, once you cut them out, they're not too small. But I'm just going to use my wonderfully manicured fingernails here and just push in a little edge. And then if you want to, you can go back around with a razor blade into the corner. I'm probably going to do a horrible job because I'm trying to hold this so you guys can see me massacre the crap out of this. There we go. Well, yeah, I massacred the crap out of it. Again, it'd be easier to do if you had the paper on there, you laid it in there and saw where you could kind of press with your fingers once you have it on there, and then take it off and see the indentation on the paper, and then cut around the indentation to get a perfect fit in there. But anyways, there's my janky, jacked up job of trying to put that on there. Again, that's why I give y'all 2 full sets with these. And again, I'm going to peel this off so I can paint mine. But, and then the last thing, when you guys are fully done, you have your orange tip that you need to put on here. That's y'all's responsibility once you're done assembling and painting, because at that point, per the law or whatever, says that it looks too much like a firearm or whatever, and you just have to have it on there. So anyways, I hope you guys like these. A lot of you guys have asked that already owned the filament version and wanted me to do these in resin as well. So here's the resin version. If you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, or run over to my website, shoot me a message there, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, so there's the ivory, and the ebony is the exact same. Of course, not the exact same because it's ebony, and her rear sight, the muzzle brake is different. I think the frame tang, yes, the frame, the trigger guard on the frame is rounded instead of like this. And then of course the frame is reversed so that the slide, lock, and the safety is on this side. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it and have a good one.